Hi, friends. Mr. Rogers here, and I want to go over yesterday's question. So I'm going to go over number 2 for the top one, and I'm going to go over number 2 for the sex linked one. We'll just do 2 number 2s, okay? So that being said, let me scoot this over here and minimize this guy. Look, there's my daughter. And go here, and then we go. All right, number 2. The probability that a mother with blood type O, so she is I'm going to use the German way of doing it, the real way, has a kid with IBI, so heterozygous B blood, would have a child with O blood type. So I'm going to mix these two up. So I'm going to have IBI and then I. So we're going to kind of come in and go ahead and do this, and we're going to go through and do the Punnett square. And I'm going to give me 1 second. I want to talk to Mr. Urquhart. I'll be there in like 2 minutes. Can I come in 2 minutes? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. And so I do this Punnett square, and I find out that 50% of the offspring will be II, so there'll be O blood. And 50% of the offspring will be IBI, and so there'll be B blood. But there'll always be a carrier for this O blood too, so they'll have a likelihood of having an O blood kid if they meet the right person in the future. So that was question 1 or question 2. Not the hardest question, but a good one to just make sure that we're clear on this. Today we're going to talk about multiple alleles. This is an example of a multiple allele question. We have B blood, I blood. We could add A blood, and so we got to make sure we keep them, in order here. What's going on? Make sure you're paying attention to the question. Number 2, if a normal-sided woman, so here's the girl, normal-sided woman, I know was making big A. We don't know what her hetero or the other one is yet. If normal-sided woman whose father was colorblind, marries a colorblind man, what percentage of their sons will be colorblind? What percentage of their daughters will be colorblind? So I know this one is X little a. How I know this is if I actually think back to the past. If I think back to how this lady was made all the way back in the day, she's one of these two, right? She is normal. I don't know what her mom truly was, but I know her mom had at least one big A. But her dad was colorblind. I know that 100% of the time here, she's going to get, I really don't know that one, I guess. I can't say that. But I know that she got a little A from her dad for sure because that's the only X he could give. And the mom gave her a big A because she is a normal-sighted in this problem. Okay? I know that's kind of like reaching back a little bit, but that's how you figure out it's X big A, X little a. It's because her dad has to give her an X, and the only one he owns was a colorblind one. Okay? And she's normal, so she's not colorblind, so her mom had to give her a normal one. So her mom had to have a normal trait. All right, so that's the mom. And then the dad, sorry, I always have to put I screwed this so much up. It's driving me nuts. Cross with, there we go. And then the dad says it is colorblind. Yeah. Right? Yes. Okay, so it is color, or he is colorblind. My goodness, I'm falling apart over here. So we do this cross, X little a, Y, X big A, X little a, and we go through the cross, and we're going to find out that this is going to be a very similar question to each other. So it says, what percentage of the sons would be colorblind? Well, we're just looking at the sons here. So 50% of them will be colorblind. And we look here, how much of the daughters? We got a X little a, X little a. That means 50% of the daughters will be colorblind. That's kind of rare. Girls with colorblindness, it's only like 3% of actually people that are colorblind are girls. So we have 50% and 50%. I think that answers the question. Yep, that's it. So make sure you're reading the question. Make sure, lot of these questions are always going to reference the parents, I should say, and what they had. So you always got to pay attention to them. All right. If you need more help than that, let me know. I'm always here to help. Make sure you guys turn that in, and we'll talk soon. I'm going to stop it now. All right, guys. Talk to you later.